Hey guys, my name is Jeff, and I'm basically starting a little podcast here. I'm going to be doing a couple different shows. Um, I'm going to try. I'm going to see how it works out. I'm going to do some with my wife. This will be a podcast show, only 30 minutes. That's it. It will have myself just giving my current news updates. One with my wife, basically same thing, current news, and even my daughter and me are talking about it. Going to do like a Christian based with like my Philly. I'm a Philly boy, like street kind of. I mean, I curse and everything else, but my daughter is a little more into the Christian church and that kind of thing. So we have a few different ideas. The Let's see here. I just wrote a few things down. Then I even looking for someone locally here in Myrtle Beach with solely a funny drinking show with him getting just totally shit faced. Unfortunately, I'm not a drinker any longer. You know, not being an alcoholic could be kind of interesting actually. But I basically love happy drunk people. I just find it to be absolutely hilarious. I have a couple of podcasts that I watch that are really good. And I used to have a show that inspired me, this podcast called Dignation. It was with Kevin Rose and Alex Albrecht. I'm not sure if you ever saw it, but they were two kids that used to sit with laptops. They were even on Jimmy Fallon or whatever. And they basically would just talk about dig.com news. And I just absolutely loved it. They used to drink, and it seems like the drunker they got, the funnier the episodes. But so I am actually going to be putting like a little ad on Craigslist around here to see if I can get a partner who is also a drinker. But we're basically just going to do some. Hopefully, they can be good for audio. So if you want to, listen at the gym or something like that, that would work out. But Alex Albrecht, the one guy, they broke up. They did end it. The one guy, Alex Albrecht, does currently have a great show that I do highly suggest. It's only audio with Allison Hayslip. She's like an actress, techie girl, and there is an audio engineer they call Tom Krajewski. It's called Half Hour Happy Hour. You can Google that. It is absolutely fantastic. I listen to it religiously. They're actually doing something right now called Drunkmas, where they're getting drunk every single day throughout Christmas. They actually pre-taped it, but good stuff. And they're actually releasing that over the next few days. But back to the show. This I will be doing basically current news. Hopefully staying with a little bit of a younger vibe. It could be anything. YouTube news. Shout out to Keemstar and Drama Alert. Could be like hip-hop news, lots of tech stories. I personally am very interested in a lot of stuff that goes on in Silicon Valley and tech news from Google, Amazon, Facebook, Bitcoin, Mr. Coolman, Elon Musk. So I love things like that, and I will always be keeping up on stuff like that. I want to do things that I personally enjoy, just about any kind of interesting subjects that the world or people are talking about on Facebook, Twitter, online, etc. And if for some reason I'm not talking about something in the news, tell me in the comments below. That will help me tremendously to build this little podcast into something that people can actually enjoy. So just tell me below what you want me to talk about, or if there was something I missed, and I'll do it the next day. I'm going to try to record these every single day or 5 days a week. We'll see. I'm not sure yet, but just getting started. We and me want to speak on the things that are really, really people are talking about. Not the fake crap on CNN that runs politics night and day. Don't get me wrong. I might talk a little bit on politics if there's something huge in the news. Not the consistent back and forth, Trump being an asshole bullshit, But, if something comes up, I will talk about it. So I do have a Patreon right now. The link will be below. It's Jeff in Myrtle Beach .com, Patreon. So, if you have $1 to spare, but if not, just simply clicking the subscribe button below would be a huge help. I know I'm headed in the right direction. If you like the show, clicking the thumbs up button would be awesome. let's see here. I just wrote a couple notes down, so I'm going through them. Enough of the dumb shit. Let's get into the stories. First, one I wanted to talk about real quick was the Daniel Bagroli. I don't know if you know about her. My wife just mentioned this story to me a little while ago, but I guess she bought her mother's house for $68,000 for Christmas.
Paid off her mortgage.
She paid off her mortgage, which it sounds like a lot of money. And I said to my wife, I'm not that surprised actually, because if you've been watching this girl, she's got about 3 huge hits right now. I mean, they're huge. I mean, I know people want to hate her. Like, Cash Me Outside girl. And people had lots of things to say on her. But whoever her producer, or like the P Diddy, or the her Irv Gotti, or like Timberland, or whatever it was with Justin, whoever that guy is who's helping her produce those songs, they're a hit-making factory right now. So you can hate it all you want, but they're doing something right over there, because her last 3 songs have been like #1 on the charts. I mean, they are up there. So this girl is making bank. I mean, I honestly think she's got to be over $1 million right now, easily. So the way I look at that is $68,000 on a house. You know what I mean? I would hope she's already gave her up to $500,000 as it is, but still, that was a very nice thing to do. So I get the point. So just nice to be loaded in their situation, I guess. I know we were over here with a poor Christmas, so it was a little bit different. But and I was going to mention Jake Paul. I watch a lot of YouTube videos too. Jake Paul had on his thumbnail that he gave his mom $10,000 in cash, which again, this kid claims to make $60,000 a day. So, 10,000. I mean, it sounds kind of exciting when we hear it, but when you hear the actual money they're making, to me it sounds kind of small. I'm wondering if they're not cheap or not. You know what I mean? But Logan Paul gave his Logan is his brother. They're huge on YouTube if you don't watch that stuff. But Logan gave his dad a $70,000 truck, and I actually watched that vlog because Logan I can actually tolerate. He's not too bad, but. He bought his dad a $70,000 truck, and it's kind of heartwarming to see that kind of stuff. I kind of enjoyed it, so you guys can check that out on YouTube. Next story here, I'm just going to do about 2 or 3 stories real quick. I'm going to run through them. Second story here, I got Drink Champs. I just wanted to mention this show. Again, no affiliation to me or anything, but just telling you because it's something I'm currently hooked on at the moment. I've been really hooked on it over the last 7 days, but it's called Drink Champs. It is it's a video podcast, and I've noticed that being a really huge thing right now, and that's why I wanted to do a few myself. But I enjoy personally, I think, listening to them and watching them more than I do television anymore. So Drink Champs, what it is this guy, Nori. Oh my God, it's the funniest shit. They get, I mean, literally plastered on this show. But they interview the old hip-hop people. So anybody who's from that era, if you remember MTV and what was going down back then, you'll really enjoy it. It's, they interview P. Diddy and Irv Gotti, 50 Cent, like he's literally getting only the big names, and they get shit-faced. They sit there and drink Ciroc vodka, and they got this Black Death stuff they drink that, God, what was the guy on crack, Lori, that was on crack for a while there, that was saying the funny sayings or whatever.
God.
I can't remember his name, but Dragon Blood or whatever, remember that guy? But he had a bottle. One of you will remember in the comments. He had a bottle of Dragon Blood or whatever the hell it was, and that he was drinking. So they like to, have everybody take a couple shots of it, and they all bitch about how bad it is and everything. But it's a funny podcast. If you guys want to check something out, I just want to shoot that out there. They actually do the CEOs on there, not just, and they don't do like TMZ. He prides himself on just basically, he says, big up in the greats. And that's it, and not calling them on there to catch them in a little lie or worry about drama or any of that stuff. He gets them on there just to basically tell them how great they are and that the world loves them for what they did. Because a lot of people just shit on them and move on and worry about the rappers today, I guess, which I personally don't even listen to the rap music today. I guess I'm one of the haters who thinks it sounds like crap. But but he feels very passionate about the fact that those people should be respected the way rock and roll is respected. We respect the Rolling Stones, and we give them a platform and say that they're the greatest people. So his little plan there is to basically say that he wants to big up them the way that the Rolling Stones is treated, and let everybody know that they should be respected too. And it really just grabbed me immediately. If you want to jump right into that and check out to get the real gist of it, check out the Irv Gotti one. Just go right for the Irv Gotti one. Irv Gotti gets so shit-faced talking about Murder Inc. and ecstasy and getting drunk, and he starts talking about faggots and everything, and I guess he gets himself in a little bit of trouble, as you can only imagine, especially if you're saying faggots. But he gets himself in some trouble, and he says some real wicked stuff. I mean, he literally stands up at one point and goes, "I'm drunk," and it's absolutely to die for. You got to check it out. So it's just something I'm hooked on at the moment. I'm sure I'll get bored of it eventually, but I've been going back through their catalog and watching all of them, and I've really been just having an absolute blast with it, laughing my ass off. So check that out. Second, I was just going to mention Bitcoin real quick. Oh, Lord. I'm only going to make this one quick because I was one of the people who, because I'm a little techie and I love following Silicon Valley, I did actually recommend to my son, not just my son, he's got a ton of money, and I recommended to him, which he wouldn't have sold his, no matter what, he would not have sold his, and he'd still have them today. We were in at $90. I was in at $90. I told him to buy. He said, "Dad, should I buy?" I said, "I can't tell you what to do, but I think you should." He didn't. I bought like one or two at $90, and it ended up having a little spike up to like 150, or I don't know what the frig it was. It was something dumb, or no. No, I ended up making, it ended up going up enough that I felt like it was a spike at 300-400 or something, whatever it was, and I grabbed the money and I sold. And as y'all know, watching this right now, it's over $20,000 if you don't know. And climbing, it might be 25 right now. I mean, it literally makes me want to throw up in my mouth. I guess, and the sad part is a lot of people have my story. Kevin Rose, I think, owned like $1 million worth of it and doesn't have it. A lot of people have my story. A lot of people thought a million times over that it was spike, spike, spike. And all I can say is if you can afford to throw a little something into it right now, do it. Because God forbid it ever turns into a real currency. Think about that, a real currency. It's going to be something. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be a million times what it is right now. So you don't have to buy one at $20,000. What you can do is you go on to Coinbase. It's called Coinbase. Just go there. That's the place to go. Simple as that. You go on to Coinbase, you make it a little account, you go ahead and say, "I'll buy $100 worth." And it's like, probably point whatever of a Bitcoin. But that's the way it's going now because $20,000 is too much for people to handle. But so you just go on, you can buy $100 worth and then just sit back, close it up, don't touch it again. And at least say you bought some, don't be like me. I'm actually thinking of what to do. I guess I'm just going to get back in and do that. I've been upset here the last couple of weeks just watching it climb as high as it has. So that's that. Next up, let's see here. I got this cell phone story that I pulled up. It says California, real quick, it says California says the only safe way to talk on your cell phone is to text. Basically, I'll read you a little bit. It says, early this month, California Department released guidelines warning residents to avoid putting phones up to their heads. Now, we all know, we heard this kind of crap back in the 80s or whatever when cell phones first came out. Well, I guess, according to this article, it's still alive and kicking. Keep your phone away from your body, the state health department writes. Although the science is still evolving, some laboratory experiments and human health studies have suggested the possibility that typically long-term cell phone use could be linked to brain cancer and tumors of the acoustic nerve, lower sperm counts, and effects of learning and memory. Wow. So the article goes on and on. It's on Quartz is the name of the news site here or whatever. but it goes way more in depth about previous iPhone manual, blah blah. Have wrote it in there and stuff, and it says the radiation and blah blah blah. They say texting is better because you're keeping it away from your head. So it'll be interesting moving forward, right? After we're all sitting here using these phones, I know I'm a big texter, so maybe I won't have as much to worry about. So that's the end of that. All right, next up, I wrote a few things down here. Let's see. Next up, I only got about 2 more here, and we'll be done. Kardashian story here. Basically, the Kardashians, it says here, I did briefly read it right before here. It says Kim Kardashian fans were glued to their phones on Christmas Day, eagerly awaiting the Kardashian. Basically, I actually used to watch with my wife. I have to admit, I'm guilty as charged. I did watch it. I didn't watch it in the beginning, but I did start to, when it started to get to be popular, I did start watching it. I did find it interesting. I think I found it interesting from the perspective of, like P. Diddy, not that I like them, but I'm always inspired by people who end up getting rich, and you know, you got to call them smart business people no matter what, even if you don't like them, right? Or not. But basically, I know from watching the show, they take a picture every year. They take a picture of the family every year, this Christmas picture. So what happened was, I did read the story. What happened was they, I guess they were trying to, like Jay-Z or something, they were trying to release little snippets the last like month or something of the picture. And a lot of the fans were saying, oh, I guess I haven't been paying attention, but I guess they were thinking that, I think it's Kylie? Yeah, Kylie was pregnant. They thought that the last picture was going to be of Kylie pregnant. And they were madly disappointed that she was not pregnant. Or not pregnant. She wasn't in there. I'm sorry. She wasn't in there at all. Her picture wasn't there. One fan wrote on Instagram to Kardashian, "This was the biggest letdown ever." Another echoed Twitter, "Biggest disappointment of 2017. One more replied, "Kimberly, what the hell? No baby announcement? Question mark." One wrote, "Where the fuck is Kylie? We've waited all day, all month, really, to find out the rumors are true." Another wrote, "Major letdown." So whatever, if you're into the Kardashian stuff, I know most people might not be, or I don't know, I think secretly lots of people care and they don't want to admit it, so. Alright, let's see, next up, one more, Facebook. Facebook, it's got a couple things pissing people off lately. I mean, the ads with the Russia, right? The fake news ads or whatever, and that's what this is about. Facebook is changing the way it identifies false and misleading news on the social network. Because of the Russia, if you don't keep up with that stuff, I guess Russia had hired some people to post ads on Facebook to kind of get at black people and people who might be swayable to vote for Trump. So a lot of people who believe that Trump was wrongly elected, and not that I'm on either side. I sadly didn't vote. I'm sorry. But they feel that Russia, or actually they know, they're bringing Facebook in front of Congress and saying that Russia was putting these ads on Facebook to basically, and a lot of the ads they believe were lies, and getting people who could be swayed to vote for Trump. So they're pissed off about it, and they want to make sure that Russia is not allowed to interfere in our election. Which I don't know how I feel. I mean, on one hand, I think, like, why can't they just hire ads like anybody else? And I kind of feel like people should be smarter than that. But I guess that's again because I'm a Philly boy and I can't really be conned very easily. I'll believe what I want to believe, and I don't really care what an ad says, and I don't even care what most of the ads say. But I guess if there's some unintelligent people or people who maybe can believe something that's not true, because people were saying that, Trump was doing things or saying things, or that Hillary was a badder person than she really was, and there was lies around her and things that weren't true. But I feel like that's always been there. I mean, back in the olden days, people used to say snake potion, and, I don't know. I just feel like lies have been there since the beginning of time, and they need to be smarter than that. But so they're trying to do something about it. Anyway, they started off, I guess, ditching. Laura, can you ditching the red icon, indicating that fake news known as disputed flag within this blah 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 post. They're going to put post next to it. Laura, could you shut that off for a second, please? I just want to finish this. Facebook says related articles. So what they're going to do is they're going to put related articles. They're actually, it sounds like, going to try to steer you. So if they believe, I really got a problem with some of this stuff though, but because they're kind of taking it into their control now. But what they're going to do, if somebody posts an ad that they think is false, they're going to try to put an article there that is based on that ad to steer you towards the truth, if you get what I'm saying there. So, you know, if they deem that it's false information, they will try to put up articles there that might have to do with Trump or Hillary, that, you know, here's what really happened. Hillary, you know, her husband met on the plane to talk to so-and-so, instead of the ad that says, you know, her husband had strippers on the plane, you know. So then they'll give you the article about the plane so that you can hear the truth about it. So I guess that's what it has to do with it. I'm a little weirded out by that altogether. That's two wrongs not making it right. I mean, if they're allowed to post bad information, but now you're going to steer the bad information, that sounds a little weird. Facebook is getting very sketchy lately, and I think a lot of people are starting to see that. There's a whole other story about their picture algorithm or something, but all right, let's see. That's the last. I got one more here. All I was going to say was the Christmas gifts. Last, I'd love to hear in the comments what everyone got for Christmas. Only the cool shit. Basically, I'm just kind of wondering, you know, what, you know, you guys got this year, whether it was tech or whatnot. I feel like, you know, Christmas has gotten very materialistic lately. You know, it seems like less and less people care about Christmas anymore. It seems like, you know, you don't see as many people putting up the lights around the holidays, Halloween and stuff like that. I don't know. I don't know if it's just me, and I'm wondering if it's just in my family, but it seems to be getting colder. You know, I think when the kids are little, that's when we appreciate Christmas more, right? But, you know, I don't know. To me, it just feels like, you know, Thanksgiving, for instance, everybody's going out, Black Friday shopping on Thanksgiving, ruining that holiday to shit. So I don't know. It just it feels different to me. It feels. I'm just wondering in the comments, guys, tell me, you know, what do you think and what are you doing about these higher prices? I mean, it seems to me like every gift is $100 anymore. I mean, it seemed to be getting worse, but I don't know. Now this year it seemed to get a little better where some of the stuff got cheaper, but I don't know. I know the kids are still, you know, saying they want $500 gifts, which seems a little insanity to me. But the pressure of the expensive gifts is crazy. The materialism around it, you know, just seems like the holidays are just getting less and less. I'm even hearing people who say they don't want to celebrate Christmas, which is really weird. I've seen that on a few sites where people are talking about that. But I also want to know about, I didn't do it. I didn't go for the Google and the Amazon Alexa, and I really want to try to get one, but I don't know enough about them. So if somebody maybe even in the comments could let me know about that, I'd love to hear about your, whether or not you like your Amazon Echo or your Google, because I think I'm a Google person, so I feel like Google might be the better, the little dot, or should I go with the bigger one? I'd like to just start off and try the little dot. I think they're going for like 19 bucks or something. I'd like to try it, but I'm worried that I won't use it. So if somebody can tell me down below, are you using the Google Dot? Yes or no? Do you like it? Please let me know. I'd love to know, because I didn't want to buy it because I'm worried I'm not going to use it. And I do really want to buy it because I am a techie type person. I love tech. So, but I don't want to do the Amazon Alexa, even though it's more important, because I'm not in that ecosystem and I don't use Amazon for ordering or anything, so I'm just not sure it's justified, but I do feel like that might be the better one to go with. So just let me know in the comments. I appreciate you guys. If you could do me a favor and subscribe. I'm going to be doing one here the next day or two with my wife right here. I'm working on my daughter. We're talking about it. And I'm going to hopefully work on getting somebody who's a heavy drinker, and we're going to try to see if we can't get something really hilarious there. So stay tuned for that. You know, you can look. Hopefully, I'm going to put in the description below. I'm going to put the Patreon or whatever. If you want to help out, I'm going to try to give you guys some podcasts. And if you can just do like $1, it's Jeff in Myrtle Beach Patreon. That's what it's called, Jeff in Myrtle Beach Patreon. And again, I'll try to get the link in the description. You know, even just $1 would be a big help. So I want to try to do these every single day for you and hopefully give you something that you can listen to. Just newsworthy stuff, the current newsworthy stuff, and not the crap that, like I said, CNN talks about, but things that maybe you just heard, an idea, that kind of stuff. I just want to, I talked a little more today about just a little background information and that kind of thing, but I just want to get right into just like current news kind of stuff, and hopefully have a partner here with me talking about it as well, to give you a different perspective and maybe stuff that they like versus just me. So hopefully this is going to be good for you guys, and I know the podcasts are really desired and liked these days, and hopefully you can just even listen to it on audio. I did sign up for YouTube Red. For anybody out there who doesn't have it, I tell you, I absolutely love it. The ads go away, and you can even shut your phone off, and it still keeps playing in your ear, where you can't do that with YouTube otherwise. So those two features, to me, are just golden, to get rid of the ads and to be able to shut your phone off. So keep that in mind, anybody who's ever feels like they might be selling it. I think it's pretty badass. I'm really in love with it. So, and then music, and then you can just listen to music and shut your phone off and keep it going in your ear with YouTube Red. So all the shows and stuff they have, I don't really want to use, but just for those two reasons, I do absolutely love it. So that's it, guys. Didn't want to talk too much, and I just want to give you some current news and let you know what I'm getting ready to try to do here for you. So I hope this, hope you guys liked it. So if you could please click that subscribe button, like the video if you do, if you think it's going to be something that you're going to like, and tune in for the next one. I appreciate you guys. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.